Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Couch Potato Queens podcast. We are back and better than ever. I am your host, Sam Meyer, Netflix star, outrageously irritating, according to Rolling Stone magazine. Um, and I'm working every minute of it. I am joined, of course, by resident short king Alec Albright. Hello, Alec. Detroit's premier queen of mean. Alex knows it all. Alex mites. And Detroit daddy Josh Mendelson.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Okay, y'all. All winners. It's finally happened. We have entered the promised land. Alex and Josh, what are you feeling tonight? But what were you feeling before we watched the episode tonight?
I've been so excited for this cast, honestly, just because Monet is my second favorite drag queen of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So only second to Bob. So I was like, yes, my girl's on. I can't wait to root for her. But honestly, I'm so impressed with how everyone's done over these past two episodes that I'm like, there's not a clear front runner.
No, I completely agree. Josh, what was your state of mind going into tonight?
I was so excited. Like, you finally have like all winners, which is what we've wanted for a long time because we have some really talented winners. Like, there's a really good pool to pull from, and I was really excited for some of my girls tonight, and it was great. I was so ready. So ready.
Yes. Hello, Dolores. Hello, Travel the World. We missed you too. It's been a busy month, but we are back, baby. Alec, what were your thoughts going into tonight?
I was super excited. Like, I can't even explain. I was so excited. I gotta be honest, like, it's still very good, but I was like a little disappointed with everything. And we'll get into it. I guess there's like, I thought the episodes were good, but we'll get into why I felt a little like meh.
A little let down. Okay.
Yeah.
All I can say is give me some shea butter to slap all over my body. Agreed, Dolores. Shea Coulee is out here killing this game. She absolutely slayed. So, okay. Any standouts for anyone in the arrival looks? So we have Shea Coulee was wearing I thought her makeup was a real standout. She had that gorgeous orange bodysuit, but the makeup for me was next level for Shea. That was an upgrade. One of the best premieres ever, and Jinx's Judy was excellent. Hello, Madame Caliente.
I agree with you, Sam. I thought Shay's intro was, I loved it. She had some of like the padded shoulders, right? She had the orange. I was here for it. Shay brought it and was here to slay.
We had Jada Essence Hall in her bedazzled biker look, which was, I really liked this look. I didn't love the wig, and I didn't think that Jada's makeup has necessarily transformed in the way that we've seen some of the other queens really up their makeup game. What was that, Alex?
She hasn't had as much time to perfect her makeup, and most of her time being a crowned queen has been in pandemic. So
it's true. She hasn't had the exposure that many of the other queens have had. Alec, I know one of your favorite queens, Evie Oddly, came in this very conceptual sort of teardrop headpiece with purple and yellow jacket. What were your thoughts? Oh, but it wasn't a headpiece. It was hair.
It was hair.
And it kept flopping.
Yeah, it did keep flopping.
How did you feel about Evie's entrance look?
I didn't dislike it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Not one of my favorite Evie looks, and not one I think I'll be thinking back on a lot. We'll put it that way. But it's the entrance look, you know?
It was a good look.
It's
fine.
So then we had Trinity the Tuck come in her, like, I called it Showgirl Phantom of the Opera. How did y'all characterize this look?
To me, it was very Charlie Hyde's promo look.
Okay, well, Charlie Hyde's promo look wasn't too bad. We just know that Charlie Hyde's wasn't strong in that lip sync. Okay.
But she had that still sort of like the lobster, like feather piece. So I totally get that. Monet Exchange in the flannel with the sculpted hair and the money guns.
Obsessed.
Monet, I feel like Monet was giving a reference. And I don't know what the reference was. But
I think it was a reference to herself.
Right.
Like, I think that she's just worn that pattern a lot.
Flannel.
See, to me, it felt like loosely sort of like a Dolomite or perhaps like a sort of like glam rock sort of vibe. And so I'm like, I don't know if this is some sort of Prince reference with the ruffles. I got a little bit of that. Like it felt like it was a reference to something, but I thought it was a gorgeous look. One of my favorite entrance looks.
And it was so fun with the money guns.
Yeah.
Jinx Monsoon came in a look that was very similar to her original entrance look on season 5.
Yeah.
And it was that, it was a little black bodysuit with a sort of kimono, caftan, flowy zhuzh, and some big red hair. And it was the 2022 version of Jinx Monsoon. I will say that. It was a much more polished version of that.
I'm just so happy to see Jinxie in this season. I really am. Like, Jinx is who I was most excited about. I love Jinx Monsoon. I love everything about her. She's a Jewish queen. Y'all know I love a Jewish queen as a token Jew. I'm here for it, but I was so excited and I loved it. So
yeah, I thought I'm glad to see her. It was not a great entrance look. I loved her line about being internationally tolerated. Incredible.
Yeah. I would really like to see Jinx in a different silhouette, just because she seems to be wearing like this, like this A-line, like, floor length kind of situation a lot. And she looks excellent, so I don't fault her on it at all. I would just love to see her do something else,
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that. And I am intrigued to see if she does end up doing that.
Yeah.
Next, we get Auntie Raja Gemini with her gorgeous, I know it was an eye look, all in the gold. I got very also like biblical angel from it, which would not be off with the like 1,000 eyes, but the way that the different patterns sort of intersected, she did. And Madame Caliente, I agree. Raja stepped on the other girls' necks with that look. It was, she said, I am the fashion queen and y'all best remember it.
Yeah, that was the best entrance of the episode for sure.
I think so. Alec, how'd you feel about it?
It was phenomenal. I was gonna say Raja's the OG fashion queen, but you could maybe argue Raven is. I know some people would make that argument.
You could even argue Nina Flowers is.
Yeah, Nina Flowers.
Yes.
But I think, here's the thing. I think Raja was the first popular winner.
Interesting.
Wait, did you say
Raja
popular
is
winner?
Popular winner. BB was not popular, and Tyra was not popular with the fans.
From my memory knowledge, I feel like Raja was very controversial, and people said she was very friends with Ru, and it was rigged for Raja.
Yeah, people were pissed because they thought that the season was like just set up for Raja, but the fans did like Raja.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought if I remember correctly, Raja did not get her winning money because she spoiled it. And that's when they stopped doing the crowning at the finale.
She didn't get her $25,000 or whatever.
I don't think that she did.
That's homophobia.
I think it was 50 or 75 at that point.
It might have been.
It might have been 75.
I think it was 75 season 3.
Yeah. Was it ever 25?
I think that was season 1.
No, season 1 was 10.
I mean, 75 after taxes is probably 25,000 they're taking home anyways, let's be honest. So
it's not good news for me.
Sophie.
Hi, Netflix Salmon Josh. Hi, Sophie.
Sophie's not going to say hi to me after all this time.
So you get no love from Sophie, Alex.
So then, okay, we've got the Vivian coming out with her spiked hair and the bodysuit and gloves. It was a basic entrance look. I'm not going to falter too much for it. Ginger did win $65,000 and not win.
That's
fair. Wild.
So, and then Vivian was fine. And then Raven came in as that little gag, and we all hoped that she was going to be competing. Yeah. I thought for sure they were like, Tyra Sanchez is no more. Raven, it is your crown now. I would have loved actually to see Raven on the season. I think it would have been a really fun and interesting twist.
But who would have done RuPaul's makeup?
Truly.
Yeah. The original person who did it. She would have had
Ru was never going to let that happen.
No, it couldn't happen for multiple reasons. I would have loved to see Raven compete too. But yeah, I mean, obviously Raven does Ru's makeup. And then just like the fact that like she's so entwined with them. Like, I don't know, it couldn't have been a good look.
Mhm.
Yes.
I hear that. Okay, so we finally find out the rules for the season. We have heard for a long time that the top 2 all-star, or like that no one was going home. It was confirmed. So we find out that the top 2 all-stars each episode will receive a legendary star. And then they will lip sync for their legacy. The winner gets a cash tip of $10,000 and also has the power to block another queen from receiving a legendary star, even if they win the next week. They don't know what the challenges are going to be in order, so that really mixes things up. But also, it's the 4 queens with the most stars will compete in the top 4 lip sync showdown. So I think that I really like the blocking power. I think that it facilitates alliances, which they have been begging these queens for years on
Yeah.
All Stars. They're like, how can we force them to form alliances?
I think having them not going home is what's allowing them to feel comfortable to do this.
Mhm.
Like,
That's
the
a big
stakes are
factor.
low, but also like high. You
I
know?
like it. I think this is what All Stars always should have been, truthfully, because
Mhm.
we want to see these people have good lip syncs. We want to see them all there, unless it's like that first boot, like the Derek Barry or like a Jasmine Masters. You know what I mean? Like, let the first boot go home, but like the rest of them compete.
Yeah. And there haven't really been any, I mean, despite Raja's incredible read, there haven't been really any clear boogers yet.
But this kind of
Mhm.
like falls into my thing of why I said I didn't really love everything so far. I do want to see everyone stay and compete till the end. I love that factor. The thing that's made me kind of like, it's too nice.
It is, they're being
It's
very
too
nice.
Yeah,
get
I
You can
agree.
tell
don't
that a lot
love
of the
it.
winners are probably like, I won't come back if I'm just going to be made to look a fool, as some
Yeah.
of these
Mhm.
girls are made to look.
Because they know this show ruins careers. As much as it makes careers, it ruins careers.
Mhm.
These are all
BBO
fair
era.
points, but I think there's a way, at least be honest if they didn't do good.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want the fluff of like, yeah, I loved this about it. Like, just be like, wasn't your best performance. Like, come on.
Take the note, move on. And I hope that we're going to get more of that as the season goes on. I hope that they're going to like lean into these girls a little bit more because it's boring without that. Okay, so the reading challenge was phenomenal. It went to Jinx Monsoon, who very much deserved it. Her read on Monet, one of my favorites of all time. It isn't right. It isn't fair. Bob is very talented. Was incredible. Do you think they'll do a twist where you can steal a star? Interesting question, Dolores. Very Mario Party rules.
I hope they do that. I hope they do some weird stuff with the stars.
All Stars rules are out. Mario Party rules are in.
I love Mario Party rules. The ones where I get forced to win. It's the best.
I will Venmo you 50 gold coins right now. Oh, okay.
do
So
we mention
next we
this?
get the cute fluff piece of Naomi Campbell runway coaching. Alex teared up at Shea Coulee being beautiful and accepted and childhood hero, of course, but we haven't gotten a full cry yet this season.
Not a full cry yet.
And we get the first song challenge. They're all hello Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Great to see you. Thanks for saying hi. So the song challenge, RuPaul kicks it off with just a lot of arms.
All arms.
Alex, you had a lot of thoughts on this.
I had a lot of thoughts. Sorry, I had a lot of thoughts on what?
The RuPaul's opening choreography.
Girl, this needs to stop, okay?
Side, step, touch, side, touch.
Literally, right when they were like, now RuPaul performing this song, I'm like, when are we going to see her walk and point? We're going to see some Pointer Sisters. And when are we going to see some fancy arms with her planted in one spot? And that's all she did. And if they hadn't had that crazy editing where it was like all over the place, that would have been such a boring performance to just watch. Like Michelle and the other judges are like, yes, and RuPaul's fully standing there the whole time, just doing this.
And she looked like she had taken like an antidepressant or something.
A
Her eyes
Percocet.
were like half closed the whole time.
Oh, I know. I'm like
Awesome.
club face. Like RuPaul has club face.
Yeah, RuPaul absolutely has club
Yeah,
Has
face.
she always had club face though, or is this like as RuPaul's gotten older and doesn't care as much anymore?
But we haven't seen her perform a whole lot
There's
on the
videos.
show. She's
There's
been
videos.
performing more, I feel like, in recent years. Because when
Ru?
RuPaul
No,
talks, she's incredibly
Sam, she was
animated.
performing in the 90s.
Oh, I mean like classic Ru, but not like
But not on the show.
She's trying to
no.
bring that.
No. Oh yeah, on the show. Yeah,
AJ
more
and the
recent
Queen.
years, but-
She is trying to get AJ and the Queen back.
Bring it back.
She's like, I can do it. Put me in. It
Come on, AJ and the Queen. That was a good one season show.
was
Oh,
cute.
it wasn't.
It was.
I
It had
enjoyed it.
Ginger Minge was in it. I was
I
happy.
did not
The
like
Grease
the
episode alone
child.
was homophobia. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Better.
so RuPaul opens with lots of arms choreo. Then we get Raja's verse. Her look felt out of place on the stage. I didn't totally get it. Alex, you made the comments.
Oh, and the challenge? Yeah. She looked like a wrestling action figure.
I loved your
the wish.com comment.
Oh my god, yeah. She looked like what you got versus what you ordered of
Yeah.
what RuPaul was wearing on the runway.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
that.
Very that.
She had kind of a slow verse. I thought Raja did fine.
Yeah, I mean, she wouldn't have gotten sent home and
No, she was safe performance.
Mhm.
yeah, it's fine.
So then we had Jinx Monsoon. Josh, you really enjoyed her verse, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm
she's very
surprised she
fun.
didn't
Oh,
sing.
no, she didn't sing. That was a surprise. Alec, you really enjoyed her verse,
I
though.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I can't remember all. I remember like the rub-a-dub-dub something in the tub part, and then like gesturing about getting on her knees to probably, what do you do on your knees, right? Obviously. So I love that.
Pray.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give thanks to Jesus.
And I support that. I support prayer. So
Alec is a big prayer guy.
T's and P's, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Now Monet Exchange had quite the vibe, Josh, don't you think?
Yeah.
Will you say that again?
Sorry, we had some lagging.
Oh,
So I
the
didn't hear
lagging. Oh, I
anything
said
that you
Monet Exchange had quite the vibe. She had a fun look. How'd you feel about Monet's verse?
Okay, I thought Monet's verse was a really good, and as it happened, y'all know I was in herstory. I was not a huge Monet Exchange fan. I wasn't. I thought Monet Exchange was meh, second rate Bob. That's what I've always said.
Are you trying to physically fight
But
me?
we've talked. I'm saying the past. I'm talking about the past. Not I haven't gotten to the future yet.
Okay.
To the present. Okay. So today I was really impressed. I loved it. I am here for Monet. I thought Monet did so good, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. Her whole verse was incredible. It was my favorite one, truthfully.
What kind of podcast do you think this is, Dolores?
What kind
We're
of podcast
family
do you
friendly.
think
Talking
it is,
about
Alec?
praying, obviously.
This is a Christian podcast.
Not on my Christian podcast.
Josh providing the Jewish perspective.
Come on,
Yeah, I
dude.
hope you do.
Perspective.
Find out
Sam
for
giving the cult,
You're our Omarosa.
I'm the Omarosa.
You're our Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash.
We're the
from
cult
Clueless.
correspondents.
Oh,
I
God.
thought that Monet had an excellent verse and great energy and well-deserved placement.
Mhm. She's giving main character energy.
She nailed it.
Trinity's verse I found boring. Did anyone disagree with me?
No, and she didn't
I
even
like
dance.
the outfit. I liked her outfit.
Yeah, it was a better execution of the J.
But she was wearing padding.
Georgia
It was
fit.
she's wearing what is it? She used to do like just skin. Now she's wearing tights.
Mhm.
Y'all notice that?
Yeah, no, she did used to show a lot more body. I was surprised that she's not been showing as much skin. So then we've got Evie, who I thought had the best choreography of any of the queens tonight. Do we
Yeah.
concur?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
agree.
seems like they didn't even choreograph that or anything. They're just like, Evie, do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah,
Evie's gonna
Evie, just
come
do
up
your
front
thing.
and lips.
Mhm.
I think they really only choreographed the like parts they were working together as a group. I think it was kind of up to everyone on their own to do their own bit. But then
Yeah.
at the same time, you have like Trinity who's getting lifted by like the
Mhm.
pit crew. Like, did she ask for that? If she
I
did,
know.
smart. That's a smart move. Because then I remember
Because did Evie even have the pit crew with her? I feel like
no,
not.
I think it was just the other
No.
queens.
I think
No,
Evie's
it
always
was-
been a dancer, though, hasn't she? Was she like trained as a dancer, or she could just always in
No,
those flips and stuff?
she just does like she's just really flexible.
it was kind of chaotic, all of it. There was no
Mhm.
cohesion in anybody's outfits.
No.
No cohesion in any of the choreography.
And the editing
was
is
really
weird. I'm like,
weird.
what are we working around with these looks? Like, this is like really bizarre.
Yeah,
But
it was a weird
where I'm like,
vibe.
what's going on here?
Yeah,
There
something
has to
feels
be
off.
more of a story on like I tune into Bussy Queen to find out.
Oh my god, Bussy Queen. I watch her. She's fun.
We love her. We love her in this household. The Vivian, gorgeous voice, boring verse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting she's in the cast. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
I'm like, she's not entertaining winner. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of the Vivian. She shouldn't be there.
Josh, you never saw her season.
I did watch half of it. She shouldn't be there. Bag of chips should have won.
You did not watch her
Blue,
season.
Blue
Can I'll be the
Hydrangea
judge
or
of
Davina
on
de
this
Campo.
pod
One
if
of them
have
should have won. I
to.
don't
Blue
Ooh.
Hydrangea was not on that season.
Blue
Oh no,
Hydra-
yes, she was. I'm wrong.
Who?
Blue Hydrangea.
Blue.
Oh, Blue Hydrangea was on that season. Yeah, she wasn't as good though on
I'm
that
sorry though, the
season.
Vivian's boring. She's just there.
They are giving her a weird edit. We're not really seeing a lot of her.
Yeah, we've only had 2 episodes, but still, I'm not impressed. Like
Mhm.
anyone could have taken Aquaria. I would rather watch Aquaria.
No.
I think they
would touch
mentioned
Bussy.
though that the Vivian sort of gains steam through the season.
I see that.
From what we heard in the interviews that they did on the press tour, it seems like Viv has a stronger like second half of the season.
Oh, Rusical she'll probably do well in.
She'll
Yeah.
probably kill it.
She's the best singer out of the cast.
Yeah, probably be her
Yes.
and Jinx that will be top 2.
Make an
for me.
argument
Oh.
for Jinxie.
Jinx is also quite good.
Yeah.
I think Jinx is the strongest right now, in
Cover
my
of
opinion.
Creep. And I hate when people do covers of Creep, but Jinx's cover of Creep is awesome.
Oh, I'd love to
You've
hear
never
that.
seen it.
That sounds good.
For anybody out there, check
Yeah.
on YouTube. Jinx's Creep cover is awesome.
Okay, the reason
so-
why sorry, the reason why I love Jinx so much, just following up because we're talking about her, is she's something different. Yes, it's been done by other people, but other people have done it trying to be her. Jinx is the original like Broadway queen, and she's so kooky and just so out there as a person. It's just fun to watch her, and she has it so it's not repetitive, and she is still today, 10 years later, doing stuff, and we are still entertained. So
Yeah, absolutely.
She's the original underdog.
She is the original underdog. Josh, you're canceled if you come to UK. Thank you, Madame Caliente, for giving us.
I
our
love the
Ricky
Spice
Cancel
Girls. The Spice Girls are my favorite. I can sing any song by the Spice Girls, even songs that weren't hits.
So then we have Jada up. I thought Jada had a strong verse, but was kind of low energy in the performance itself.
Club face.
Club face.
Alex, can you let the people know at home what club face is?
Sam should.
Okay.
Sam coined the phrase.
I did coin the phrase club face. Club face is when a queen is serving a lip sync and she can be real animated in the body, but the face is just looking to the back of the audience. It's not engaging you. There's no energy. I memorized these words in 2 days and I tossed the DJ my USB and I hope it works. It's very that.
Dead behind the eyes.
It's dead behind the eyes. We see it time and time again. It's what makes the difference between a good lip syncer and a good dancer. You know, it's what makes someone a true lip sync artist is serving it in the face.
Do you know who's classic at club face?
Who?
Katya.
Katya
Yes.
is classic
Oh my
club
gosh.
face.
Katya is club face, but I love her and it works for her.
Katya is.
And it occasionally works out for them, like in the Olivia Newton-John lip sync, Twist of Fate, but not always.
Mostly not.
Finally, we have Shea Coulee, who came to slay. Her verse was great. It reminded me of her finale verse
It was so good.
I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm
No,
in
not
love.
that
Not
one. It reminded me of her All Stars 6
Got it.
finale verse,
Got it.
where she was in the white and black check.
All Stars 5.
All Stars 5. In sort of the pacing, she does have a sort of a signature style when she records, which I don't mind. She's a rapper. Lots of rappers have a signature style.
Mhm.
Um,
And her lyrics were good. She had good energy. Like, no notes.
no,
Shea
she's
Coulee
excellent.
plays. She's also very strong and exciting to watch. She's
No
one of the
notes.
strongest queens in Drag Race history.
Front runner this season.
She is one of the strongest.
Front runner of all time.
She is also the only one right now with a star.
No,
No.
Monet has a
No.
star as well.
Oh, Monet did get a star.
And
Yeah.
Jinxie.
And
Monet and Jinx. Yeah. Okay. So the three of them all have 1 star. Shay is blocked next week, but we'll get there. Okay. The I'm crowning runway. Look by look, real quick. Raja came out with the Louis XIV look.
We'll just
Large
give 'em
fry.
fries. Let's not talk about every look, but let's just give them fries.
Yep.
Yep.
Large
Super
fry
size was
Large
Raja's
is
look.
excellent. Jinx came out with her Queen Elizabeth meets the Virgin Mary. Large fry.
Medium plus.
Large fry.
For Raja?
No, for Jinx.
Oh, now we're on Jinx. I would say large minus.
Yep. Okay, Monet came out with her 90s couture tracksuit and the bedazzled hair. The hair is a large fry, but the look is a medium fry for me.
Fight me, it was a large fry.
Who are we talking about? Monet?
Large fry for me.
That's because you just like Monet so much, Alex.
No, I mean Sam and I were talking about on the couch. The outfit was unapologetically black. It had just like it was great.
Very
She looked
Monet.
excellent. It had so many weird things to it. Like I loved the hoop skirt on the sides.
Oh yeah, okay, large.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I just thought that it didn't measure up. Sorry, we're letting Chuck into the studio. I don't. It's like the debate with Simone's drag with the finale of. I understand like this is a look that is well put together, that it is beautifully constructed. It looks good on Monet. And it is interesting. Everyone did take the opportunity to go bigger with it, though. And the looks that we really gagged for were like big looks for this. Now, Monet brought a big look in the following week's runway, which we loved her for. I just, the hair was the centerpiece. I don't know. It's, God, it's back and forth for me because it's all winners. It's not just an episode. It's not just a finale. It's not just this or that. Like this is the quarter quell.
I know we're trying to quell, these looks, but I just want to defend Monet's look real quick. Because I'm also large fry. I'm like, what I like about it is Monet brings her, she's like one of the few that like brought a unique take to it. And like one of the first things I said was Queen from Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it gave me the vibe, it gave me an identity, and it was very Monet, and I loved it. So yeah,
okay.
My quick
yeah.
take.
Everyone else went very like royal, and she went very just like queen of where I'm from.
You know what? I thought it was good. I thought it was something different. Was it a supersize? No, I thought Raja's was the best look, hands down. But it was really good, and that I give it.
And it's also the one that we're stopping and talking about.
It's true. It was, and I think there is something to be said about that of a look that stands out from the crowd in that way. But moving on, we've got Trinity with that velvet teardrop and the big velvet teardrop sleeve pieces and that massive velvet train. It was a production. She kind of felt like she was from like Jupiter Ascending, starring fucking Channing Tatum as a dog.
I thought it was a large. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It was definitely large. I would even go large plus. I wouldn't say super size. My super size.
It was like a medium plus to a large for me.
No, I think it was
The size of the train alone gives it a large.
It was
That's true. That's fair.
I'll give it the large for the train.
For the camp. For the camp value of it all. Okay, so moving on, we've got Evie with her melted crayon look, and then her shoes with no heel. And unlike Vivian's shoes, which were like made with a support so that you didn't have to do the heel, Evie's were not made that way, and she was just perched on those pumps.
It makes me so nervous for her.
It made me so nervous for her.
Yeah.
this look was also kind of contentious in the group. And Evie's looks, a few of Evie's looks have been. We're having canine difficulties right now, folks.
I'm having foot difficulties right now, so I understand.
So we had, I really enjoyed Evie's look, though. I really liked it.
Yeah, I give it a large. I don't know, like fight me about it. I like whatever. It was a great look. I'm gonna think about it later. I want to know how she constructed it because it looks like it was literally made out of crayons. So
it
like
could have been, yeah.
I think it was.
I don't know.
Not everything has to be like a giant, huge gown.
But this is like the first one. It was Royals. It was the premiere. You should have gone bigger and better. And I think Evie can do better. I'm sorry. I give it a medium.
I'm a huge Evie.
I was not impressed.
To give it a
She looked
medium.
like she was going to a circuit party.
I like the
She
idea.
looked like she
I
was
thought the
going
idea
to
could have been
a
done
gay
better.
circuit party. She had that was athlete themed because she had the she had her
we're just giving it we're just
medium.
Speed run. Viv came out. She had that stunning hair. I loved the shoes. I thought that everything between the shoes and the dress was like kind of trash. It's like a medium minus for me.
For Vivian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I give that a medium. I think
burlap dress.
Yeah, medium.
Yeah, but also Houston, great point. There's no way they could have known that this was the first runway when they were given the when they were given the loss to create
list. I bet you list.
Yeah. When they were given like the criteria. Yeah, there's no way they could have known that this was going to be the first look. So I agree with that as well. So then we get Jada coming up, and this look was like a little whack in some places. She had the big white dreaded beehive, which I thought was stunning, but then she had a blonde wig that didn't match with a ponytail underneath. What are you doing, girl?
Stacking wigs, but they have to match.
Everyone stacks wigs. We all know that, but like the fact that it was so obvious from the back, I was just like, "Oh, girl."
Yeah, I love Jada, but not this.
The
look
dress
was good,
also had a
though.
weird fit to it in the middle. Like I really liked it looked like irises, like the flower and iris. Like it looked really pretty on the skirt, but then there was something a little weird about like the corset area. It just wasn't really it for me. So I give it like a medium minus.
It seemed like the nude illusion came too low.
Yeah,
like the nude illusion for the torso went
now when you say nude illusion came too low, are you saying like Sasha Bell nude illusion came too low where you could see her whole
No, but it was like it went down, it like lengthened her torso, but it shortened her legs.
Yeah,
and it felt a little weird. And then it was she just wasn't padded. She doesn't do a whole lot of padding.
Probably made for a taller person.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, what it kind of seemed like, yeah. So Jada for me gets a medium minus.
I'm probably gonna get attacked by somebody with small fry.
Ooh.
Fight Alec in the comments.
Medium minus or small plus. Alec, I agree and understand.
Okay, and finally we have Shea Coulee's African Queen. She had the giant earrings, sort of portraying the stretched lobes. She had that giant sculptural hair. She had those long flowing robes with the African print. It is a super size for me. I thought she looked incredible.
I think her super size is all around.
Yeah, her and Raja. I forgot. Shea Coulee had a really good outfit.
Well, she did a little wrong in the next episode, but
that's fair.
We get the Shea and Monet top 2 lip sync with the Ella Fitzgerald Old MacDonald. Incredible.
Oh,
I loved this lip sync. It was great. It was fun.
So much fun, so whimsical. Anytime they do, like, it reminded me of the Judy Garland Come Rain or Come Shine, which Monet was also in.
Monet's been in one where they scatted before. I can't remember which song that. Loved that.
I thought this was, and it was a fun lip sync to watch.
It's the PG-13 podcast. Let's talk about scatting.
Kim Cattrall scatting.
Yes,
it was a very fun lip sync. I think they both did really good. You know, I think either one could have been called the winner.
Yeah, I think so. But what was weird for me was that Monet didn't lip sync all the words. Like, she would take breaks from the words, but she would still do the correct action, which I
Yeah.
thought was just like, I didn't understand
She has a
that.
history of doing that, I feel.
Yeah,
I feel like she does do that sometimes.
I feel like there are some queens who do that sometimes.
I
but
think that it doesn't take away from the performance because it clearly shows that she like has a plan and she knows what she's doing, but it is just like a different choice. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's weird.
I think it probably
Like,
works
okay,
better
work
in
diva,
clubs
I guess.
than on Drag Race, where they gotta see you do every word, because that can be a easy way to figure out who won or lost. If one person doesn't know the words, okay, obviously, bye.
Yep, I hear that. And so Shea Coulee wins the lip sync, and she decides to block Trinity the Tuck first,
which we all
It is
knew was
a
coming.
platinum plunger, but it was gold. It is
Now,
clearly
do we think the reason for this was what we discussed before about Juneteenth?
So we had discussed the potential for Shea Coulee and Trinity to have some drama over Trinity's past, not racist, but racially insensitive or problematic behavior regarding Juneteenth performances. And I feel like that's not the only thing from Trinity that we've had where it's not been overtly problematic, but just sort of
Tone
deaf. Yeah. And from the previews, it seems like we're going to get a little bit of that this season. But I think that's, and the look on Shay's face was daggers. I mean, Shay did not look like she was playing around when she gave Trinity that plunger.
Well, I gotta be honest. I'm like, I don't know the reason why Shay gave it to her, but it's not the reason she said it was. I don't believe now that she thinks Trinity is the strongest competition there. I'm not.
Trinity is strong competition though,
but I don't believe that Shay believes that for a second. Out of all the queens that are there are some strong queens there. I don't think Trinity is one of the strongest, and I don't think Shay thinks that either. But I don't want to put thoughts in her head.
And Trinity, well, yeah, because Shay wasn't threatened with Trinity on their original season together.
No.
So, yep, I'm right there with you. I think that Shay is not threatened in the way that she said she was. So then episode 2, we get the Snatch Game. And I almost feel like we have to rank the characters separately, but we kind of have to give a combined score for each queen. It's going to be tough.
Do we want to go through each queen individually for the whole episode? So we can talk about like the first queen, about both their characters and their look.
I'd say that's a good idea.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Monet Exchange this evening. She started with Mike Tyson, followed up with Martin Lawrence, and then had that gorgeous leather sculpted abs with a giant bow gown on the stage. I want to start this by saying I think this is the best Monet has ever looked on the Drag Race stage.
Agreed.
Yeah. Single best look of all time.
Looks were her weak point, truthfully, and I think it's risen for her. Like, it is good. Like, her looks are a lot better now than they were in the past. The first 2 seasons she was on, she wore the same thing basically. The first entry episode, she wore like a little bodysuit thingy that a mess. This time it was great. Her looks were awesome, and then this look was everything. It was
I agree completely. I think that this look was incredible.
I think this is the best look of the season so far, and fight me about it. I don't care.
I will fight you about it.
I wouldn't say that, girl.
I will think about this dress later, and I will have to like pull those other looks out of my mind.
That's fair.
And Shea Coulee's outfit in the last episode was
they were great looks. I just will literally think about Monet's abs dress.
Let's bring it down. Let's bring it back to normal right now.
I have been really fascinated by Louis XIV, since I was younger. And so I will think about like Raja's look.
Yeah.
So far that's the one that's
it was just stunning for me.
That's one of the best looks I've ever seen on Drag Race.
This is a look that I will think about and I will remember. It was striking. And also it reminded me of your IKEA bag, Alex. the special designer collection IKEA bag.
But with all of this said, her look tonight in that pleather outfit with the bow, incredible.
Let's
Okay.
talk about the characters.
Let's talk about the characters. So first up, we've got Mike Tyson, and I enjoyed Mike Tyson, but I thought that Monet smiling the whole time was just not my it was not my favorite choice. I thought she did very well.
I feel like Mike Tyson.
Hello, Calvin. This
Hi,
was
Calvin.
fun. No, because Mike Tyson gets real animated. He gets real into it. I loved the scribbles on the side of her face in Sharpie, hilarious. But I wanted more range from Mike Tyson, even though, again, I thought it was very funny.
Oh, that was so funny.
I
Alex,
loved
you
it.
disagree.
I mean,
Alex, do you disagree with me?
I disagree as well.
I'm biased. You know, I love Monet. I will call her out though, and she does some dumb stuff. But I thought Mike Tyson was very funny. I thought there was some good bits, and I think Mike Tyson is a smiley person, and especially like in interviews and stuff, Mike Tyson's always like smiling and looking like kind of a weirdo. So.
Unless you set him off and he starts fighting people, that would have been funny.
Don't get him on an airplane.
So I don't know. I really enjoyed the character. I agreed with what some of the critiques that she got with, which was Mike Tyson was really fun to like play off of. Which sometimes you can tell the queens of like bottled up answers that they're like, I'm going to say this, and they're still funny and I enjoy them. But I really think Monet was doing like improv and I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah. Josh, your thoughts on Monet?
I thought Monet was great. Mike Tyson was awesome. The second character, Martin Lawrence, meh, in the middle, but Mike Tyson was great.
In the words of Candy Muse, forgettable.
It was
forgettable.
In the words of Michelle Visage, meh. That's on that one. But the first one was great. Mike Tyson was incredible. The outfit was a supersize or like a large plus for me.
Now, Alec, what were your thoughts on Martin Lawrence? Because I know you really enjoyed Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and well, I was gonna say, I think Monet lived up to her Snatch Game track record with a hit and a miss.
One good, one bad.
Literally.
I love Monet as well, Alex. But yeah, there was a hit and there was a miss. It's unfortunate, but you know, there's a lot that goes into Snatch Game.
Yeah, no, there is, and it's improv is difficult. For y'all who make fun of improv at home, I understand. Improvisers are weird people. Alex and I are both members of that group, but improv is really hard, and doing good improv can change from moment to moment, character to character. It is really unpredictable. So I thought that Monet did well overall. Not my favorite performance of the night. Monet gets a medium plus for me for her overall presentation and Snatch Game this week. Alec, where was she at for you?
That sounds about right. A medium plus. Maybe, you know what? Well,
medium
Martin Lawrence has to downgrade it to a medium. So, and the plus feels right because everything else was great. Yeah, that feels good.
Medium plus.
Large for me.
We knew. Raja came in with first of all, for her runway, she had the snakeskin blue dress with that snakeskin red jacket and the fascinator. It was quite the striking look. I thought it was very visually appealing. It popped. I thought she looked great on the runway.
What a pun.
Was it?
Really?
Striking like a viper.
Striking like a viper.
Like
yeah.
A snake.
Raja did incredible in this Snatch Game. I thought she was robbed. She was actually, I think, my favorite of the evening.
She was really funny.
Let's start with Madam the puppet, who looked absolutely insane. Josh, you couldn't stop cackling.
Iconic. I thought Raja did so good tonight. Madam was so funny with the puppet strings. Like, it was hilarious. Raja killed it. She was robbed tonight, y'all. Robbed.
Yeah.
This was like Jennifer Hudson getting kicked off American Idol robbed. Like Chris Daughtry getting kicked off American Idol robbed. This was robbed. Okay. Robbed.
It's not over.
It was. And this is a mess. Raja should have been in the top 2.
I love it. Alex, you also, I loved your comment about Raja's Diana Vreeland.
I don't remember what it was.
it was like Raja went into one of those like face
Oh, the face
Facetune or like the
You
face
know,
swap
like-
apps.
Deep fake.
Yeah, like the face swap apps on like Instagram and stuff, like the face swap
So
filters,
funny.
like we would switch Josh and I's faces to be on each other. It
Mhm.
looked like Raja was doing that with the character. Like that was some of the
Mm.
best character painting we've seen on Snatch Game.
Incredible.
Yeah,
It was
Alec-
very Nina Bonina Brown, and I'm here for it.
I think that she was able to have that good of a mug because they probably gave them extra time to paint both faces, and she got to
Mhm.
wear a mask for the first one, so she
Mhm.
got to just spend double time on that face. Is my guess.
Mhm. And I thought, like, I loved, she had it down to the fake nose. Like,
Oh
the
yeah,
girl had a prosthetic nose. Alec, what were your thoughts on Raja's double performance?
I have a real soft spot for Raja. I don't know if I've talked a lot about that.
You haven't.
Okay, because like season 3 was the first season of Drag Race I watched live, and I still remember the moment Raja walked into the room and like being enamored.
Mhm.
So Raja holds a dear place in my heart. So I was thrilled to see Raja slaying Snatch Game, and yeah, of course I believe she was robbed. Absolutely, I thought she killed it. I do think the Madame was stronger than the second.
Diana Vreeland.
Diana Vreeland.
Agreed.
Yeah, the paint was astounding. She had the really funny first line, but they didn't show a lot of her the
Mhm.
second time around, which makes me think she wasn't serving as much.
I
So
think they
I
probably
definitely
took
get
down
it.
her edit since she wasn't in the top 2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
It's still shocking to me that she did not make it into the top 2. I think she should.
But Trinity makes more sense for a for the
Yeah,
storyline.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
True.
Even though
understand.
Trinity didn't win the lip sync,
Right.
Trinity was a
Yeah.
more interesting choice for this storyline of like, okay, first queen with the plunger.
Yeah,
And it also keeps things a little more spicy now that Trinity has a win, but not a star from the win.
Yeah.
So I got it, but I would have loved to see Raja have one.
Mhm.
So okay. Final scores on Raja. It's a honestly for me,
Large.
it's a large plus.
Yeah.
large plus.
I'd say large plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then moving on, we are going to take on the Vivian. She started out with Joanna Lumley from Absolutely Fabulous, which we love, and then she followed up with British comedian Catherine Tate. On the runway, the Vivian wore that big red shoulder moment with sort of her German, dungeon hat, the matching boots, and I thought it was a stunning runway look and a forgettable Snatch Game performance.
Agreed.
Ah,
I just think it was forgettable all around. I don't even know who the second character was. Sorry.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
even know-
there's any Doctor Who fans in the chat, but Catherine Tate played Donna Noble in Doctor Who. I'm a big Catherine Tate fan. Find her hilarious. The looked nothing like Catherine.
No, I was
It
surprised. I
so
almost want to look up a question.
disrespectful to
Pathetic.
Catherine Tate. I felt like it was straight up disrespectful to her. She looked crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm like, the Catherine Tate we are thinking of is correct.
Yes.
She has like nice red, she's not nearly that old.
no.
She's not nearly that like wrinkled or like crazy looking.
no.
So I'm wondering if she was basing it off of a
A
Catherine Tate character that we
she-
don't know.
She had to have been.
Yeah.
Is Ab Fab a British show?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
It has to have been based off of something like how Bag of Chips had to be Kathy Bates and
Yeah,
not
I don't know why I
the
didn't think
character that
about
she was
that.
playing.
Yeah, they make him do that. Like Austin Powers, like Blue Hydrangea was Mike Myers and not Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. No.
Yeah, like probably a copyrighted or a trademarked character.
Yeah.
But Vivian was disappointing, yeah?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I have to give Vivian
Small.
a small all around.
Small.
No, I give her like a small plus because I did enjoy her runway. It was cute.
She's a winner, baby. Medium minus.
But I also think that they gave her a shady edit and she probably did better than what we saw.
But here's the thing. I disagree. I did not think she deserved her win for Donald Trump
Oh,
in her season.
100%.
I didn't watch that Snatch
I
Game.
hated that Snatch Game character. I did not think it was funny.
No, Rue just loves a political impersonation.
I liked Mini Bamboo Lashes.
Yes.
Snatch Game.
Oh, yes. Bimini's was phenomenal, but
What's
a different
who did she
season.
play?
that
She
is a
was-
different season.
Mm.
I don't think Vivian should have won the first time, and I think the proof was in the pudding this evening.
Yeah.
It was a medium minus for me.
I'd say
Yeah.
small.
I'll go small.
Small.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
girl.
Moving on because it wasn't in Trinity, which was Trinity the Tuck was contentious in this crowd. So on the runway, she wore a look that I thought read beach ball. It read latex to me. It did not read pleather. It was just sort of puffy. I didn't get it. And then she played sort of she played Satan and Leslie Jordan. And her Satan was really one note for me. I didn't understand why the judges were so entertained, because the only joke was that, like, oh, this is like a femme Satan, but like we've seen this character, we've seen this bit from other people before.
It was giving me very him from Powerpuff Girls. Like, it was funny one time, but then it was a super easy character. Like, for someone who has an improv background, a character actor background, I'm like, okay, she's not really playing into the Satan of it all. She's just being like, a high femme gay, which is like Diva. That's funny, I guess, but sorry. I don't know. It just didn't go anywhere.
It wasn't
all of
giving.
her answers could just be yes, the house down boots, and we would laugh. So
Alec, go ahead. You can go first.
It's just the only like actual Satan reference of it all was the part where she was like going through the names, and then basically she was just a gay dressed up as the devil.
Yeah.
But Josh, you really enjoyed it.
So all three of you have your opinions and you're entitled to them. I'm going to agree with the majority of America and RuPaul himself, okay? And I am going to say that was hilarious. That devil was funny, okay? I was laughing. I was having a good time. It was the gay devil. I didn't know that was coming. I thought it was really funny. I find Trinity funny, okay?
I do. I find Trinity funny as well.
Leslie Jordan
But
was...
we're talking about the devil. But to quote Trinity the Tuck Taylor, where were the jokes?
Where were the jokes? There were no jokes.
I saw them. They were funny.
I don't know about you, but that was fucking funny, okay? Like, that was
I laughed. I thought it was funny. I understand.
Like, that right there, that's funny.
Yeah. But I thought that her Leslie Jordan was okay. She didn't really get the voice. The physical comedy at the beginning was good. I liked her like boost me up here. I think the puppet that she showed like with the little legs that she was originally going to do didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because that's not what we ended up getting.
Yeah. I loved Leslie Jordan though. It was so funny.
I thought it was okay, but like Leslie Jordan is so much more than what we got. I didn't think she had the voice. She had like the accent, but not the voice at all. Because she looked like a fairy prince. Like you had to go like up and take it like soft. And like
John Sheffield could do a funny version
to Leslie Jordan's nickname Sweet and Low. Like we didn't get a reference to The Help. We didn't get a reference to Brother Boy from one of Leslie Jordan's earliest roles that is iconic, about a drag queen in Texas who's like locked up for being a drag. Like there was no
Leslie knowledge.
Leslie knowledge.
I will say though, I think she was doing more improv with this character than she was with the other one. Like she was taking the answers and then playing with them and going off of them and making them work for her character. And it wasn't just like bottled answers that happen sometimes on the Snatch Game. So good for her there. I thought that was the stronger of the two characters by a long shot, but I still wasn't like that was a slam dunk.
Yeah, she got in the top 2, so obviously she did a good job.
I think she was like a third or you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that though. I thought that she would have been a lovely second or third alternate.
Yeah.
You know,
I disagree with all of you. I think Trinity was really funny tonight. And any of you watching either live or not live, when you agree with me, because obviously America's gonna agree
Or
with
don't
me.
agree.
Well, but we still want you to post
Everyone
below that
can
you
agree.
agree with me or in the live chat. Thank you. And make sure to like our video if you're watching, guys. The more likes, the better. Yay.
Yeah. Trinity was a medium for me tonight.
Yeah,
Alec?
medium.
I'm gonna do my best to not just medium Trinity this whole time. I'm gonna try to make that promise, but right now we're medium.
Josh, how'd you feel about Trinity tonight?
Large. I tell you.
Large.
Super size.
Large.
That's a large.
That right there, that was fucking funny.
You know
okay?
what? I switched baristas. Goodbye.
Okay, so now we've made it into Jinx Monsoon.
Bless
On the
your
runway,
heart.
she gave us Bustle, Mary Poppins, Dominatrix, very saloon barmaid. And then on the Snatch Game, she gave us Natasha Lyonne and Judy Garland. I thought that her neon barmaid Mary Poppins was solid. I didn't think it was anything to write home about, but like it was a well constructed, well executed look.
And it fit her well. She looked good.
Yep, and I'm like, for Jinx Monsoon, that is a huge upgrade, and Jinx does not need to be a fashion girl like that. It was fashionable.
I don't care about the fashions, y'all. We know what we
But
want to talk
her
about.
Snatch Game was excellent. I thought her Natasha Lyonne was like so. I thought she like kind of had the voice. But she had some good jokes there. But she really took off with Judy Garland, and they let her
That-
run the show.
Hands down was the best Snatch Game I have ever seen in how many ever. That Judy Garland, I've never laughed so hard at
And they
Snatch
let her
Game
go off
as
more
I
than
did
I
with
Judy
Judy
think
Garland.
that her
Garland.
original Little Edie was better.
No, this was way better. Way better. It was funny. Everything about it was good. It was the best Snatch Game I have ever seen. I am not just throwing that out there. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen on Snatch Game. Ever.
Megan McCain is back in the building, y'all.
Megan McCain is back, y'all. Y'all always disagree with everything. I agree with America, and y'all have these opinions that are so out there and negative.
I really enjoyed the Judy Garland, though. I did think it was
Yes,
excellent.
the reference to David in season 5. She knew her Drag Race history.
That was
all the way
funny.
back.
That was really funny. I loved
That
that
was
she
great.
gave him a call out. Alec, what were your thoughts on Jinx's overall performance?
I agree with you that the Natasha wasn't as strong. The impression was like almost there.
Mhm.
What I liked was she got the vibe of Natasha, like just like these rambling tangents. That's kind of all what Natasha's known for. And then the Judy, obviously iconic. I mean, I have not seen them let a queen just kind of run with it to the degree
No.
that they were just like, sure, have your
Yeah,
moment.
they were like, go for it,
Yeah,
Jinx.
she's like, can I basically tell you a whole story? Can I sing a whole song? They're like, sure.
Yeah, and she wasn't like, I'm going to sing you a clip of this song. She's like, I'm going to sing you every word
Yeah.
of RuPaul's discography.
Yeah.
A slowed down jazz version.
It was everything. It was so funny.
God. It was quite the performance. Jinx gets a large fry from me tonight.
Large, super size. It was so good. It was mind-boggling how good it was, y'all. This was not large. This was super size. I am changing all your minds. This is the best Snatch Game performance ever. How can you not give this a super size?
I think you're good. Well, maybe just I missed some of her best lines because you were talking.
You watch it. It was funny.
It was very funny.
I wasn't talking. I was laughing. It was so funny.
Okay, folks at home, I promise that I will watch the Snatch Game again, and I will either apologize to Josh next week or I will continue to have the same thoughts and say, Josh, I strongly disagree with you, but I still love you as a friend.
That was such a good Snatch Game. I was.
Oh yeah, we're not disagreeing
peeing
with that. I
myself.
just don't think it was the best one of all
I
time.
don't think it was the best one of all
What's the
time.
best one of all time?
I still think the best Snatch Game of all time was probably
Woo!
Bendel Creme season 6.
Yeah.
Houston agrees with me. We have viewers up in here that are agreeing with me, myself, and
Yeah,
all.
I
I
don't
think
know
Bendel
that it
Creme
gets
is
better
up
than
there.
Bendel Creme as Dame Maggie Smith, though.
No.
That to me is potentially the single best Snatch Game performance of all time.
Libations with citrus.
No. Alaska as
We originated the language, like every single line of hers
Originated
was
the
a winner.
no, Alaska's Mae West is iconic. Little
Alaska's
Richard,
Mae West is up there. Katya's Bjork is up
Let's
there.
not go
La-
off-
May
Not
West.
get off track. I know we're
Tangent
so
here.
deep
We
into
gotta-
this episode.
I need a fry Jinx.
Fry Jinx.
I have to large fry Jinx just to upset Josh, and then we can move on.
Okay, good. So large fry from Alec, and now we're moving.
Thank you, Houston.
I don't think Bob's is that funny.
Bob's Snatch Game is my favorite.
Bob's Snatch Game is excellent. I think here's my thing: when you do two characters in a normal season Snatch Game, there's not enough time for both of the characters to really breathe. Bob
Michaels
did it
did
the
the
best of
share.
anyone who's done it, but I
Mhm.
still prefer to have a single character in a normal season of Snatch Game.
I agree.
Evie Oddly came out wearing the whole anime look with the inflatable hair, which I was like, that's a gag. I liked the look. It was a little simple on the body, but it's
Yeah.
Evie, so we don't really care. But like by all-star standards, not my favorite.
Yeah,
But I liked the vibe of it so much.
and it was
um,
very her.
It's an aesthetic.
Yes, it's an aesthetic. It's very her. And what I like about Evie is that she continues to be a representation that drag does not have to be polished to give you a vibe and to be excellent.
Yeah.
And I like that she's present on the show because of that her drag still can be rough around the edges and game changing.
Yeah.
I agree.
All
like
right.
she literally made her her last outfit out of crayons when all of these other girls are paying thousands of dollars.
Wait, she actually made it out of crayons, like real crayons?
It
The
looks
work.
like it.
Real
I'm
crayon.
gonna check, but it looked like it.
I mean, I'm here for it, but it was a weak Snatch Game. That Snatch Game was one of the
Her
worst.
Snatch Game
her
was
Snatch
weak
game
though.
was-
Oh,
Rico
yeah.
Nasty, who is
I
a
will
rapper
say-
that
She
Oh.
held her own with some of these big power players.
yeah. I thought
I
Evie
see
did
them.
fine, and they kind of respectfully kept her out of the edit along with some of the other girls.
Yeah.
I thought that her Rico Nasty was a fine impersonation, but not
Oh, the
necessarily a great
Boogeyman.
Snatch Game character.
Boogeyman was great.
Boogeyman was hot.
Yeah,
I mean, Evie Oddly is hot out of drag.
I think Boogeyman
Stud.
might be the hottest thing that's ever been on Drag Race.
Mm.
I mean, I
No.
will always have a soft. I feel like I can't say this because it like they're the real person that they were dressed as is problematic. But I always had a thing for Mayhem dressed up as Kanye West when they did the fashion show thing.
Alex,
I don't
you're
know.
canceled.
my
Mayhem's
hottest
hot.
my hottest moment, I don't know, also the season 7 bearded runway challenge.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
like
Mm.
quite the hot moment.
Yeah.
But like Jasmine Masters, like drawn on beard, incredible.
Mhm.
Hot.
So hot. But that dress was so
but-
amazing.
so
and worth like
Josh,
$1 million.
What would you give Evie as a fry rating for tonight?
Medium.
Okay.
There is a small we haven't talked about yet. There is one that wasn't.
Mhm.
There is someone coming up who I would put a small.
Alec, what do you rank Evie for tonight?
It hurts me. This hurts me, but I have to give Evie a small fry.
Oh,
I don't necessarily think she held her own with the group. I think she was edited out and they showed the few good parts. I think there might have been some really bad parts and I was very disappointed. I am very sad. I was hoping Evie would get a Snatch Game redemption. It did not happen.
it did not happen.
And
Alex, what would you rate Evie's performance tonight?
I'd have to do a small plus, and the plus comes from the Boogeyman.
yeah.
Yeah,
Boogeyman gives it some
It's
extra
like a
credit.
medium minus for me. But next on the agenda, we have Shea Coulee. On the
Mhm.
runway, she gave us a Basquiat take on Catwoman. In
Love
Snatch Game, she gave us Elsa Majombo as well as Miss J. Alexander. And I was disappointed in Shea overall tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed she's given us the look was fine. The look was fine, but it was the Snatch Game where Shea has delivered 2 phenomenal Snatch Game performances in
Who
the
was her
past.
first one?
Her first one was Naomi Campbell, and it was very
That was
good.
Very
her
funny.
favorite.
Yeah.
I taste 17.
Mhm.
I mean,
that was my favorite Shay Snatch Game.
Yeah, like what was this? Maybe she was like lazy for this one. It wasn't
I don't
good.
but okay, I liked her Elsa Majombo though. I thought that she had some funny
Who
moments.
is Elsa Monjumbo?
She's a TikToker, but the Miss J Alexander felt like a real missed opportunity for me.
Yeah.
Where was the Drecatude? Where was the Drecatude? It's Miss J. Miss J has one. Oh no, that's Andre Leon Talley. Never mind. I retract my
Miss
earlier
J had a
statement.
season of America's Next Top Model where her poofs kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And by the finale, they were like literally the size of Jupiter. They were huge. But like that would have been funny. Like if every round she made her poofs bigger, her shoulder pads bigger.
It felt very low energy and like a missed opportunity.
She felt off this whole episode. Like the look was fine, but I wasn't like I'm not gagging, unfortunately. It
just seemed like a weird dip for Shay.
Yeah.
And sort of unexplained. But also I almost wonder if it has anything to do with the weird editing we've been getting at the end of the episodes. Like, why was she in her Miss J look down to the makeup? Because if she had just changed outfits for that final lip sync,
how was that?
Why was she in that full? Like, why wouldn't she have stayed in full face and just put on the outfit?
Maybe there's something we're missing on Untucked.
Yeah, we could be missing something on Untucked.
And I doubt that this is the case, but I just had a thought about how because no queens are going home, they could put any episode in any order that they would like.
Yeah.
No, because if the queens talk about their
edit that out.
stars at any point, it will be dependent on where they're at, and like also
that's true.
The alliances are going to shift.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm almost wondering if they film the lip sync weirdly it feels like they filmed the lip sync right after the challenge.
Yeah.
And then they have them change for the final runway. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
If anyone knows why, please let us know.
Yeah, why were they dressed up in their Snatch Game outfits?
Yeah.
But not all of them. Some of them were dressed in their runway looks.
Let's give our fry rating for Shea Coulee.
Shea Coulee for me gets a medium fry this week. Alec?
Medium.
Unfortunately, if I'm gonna give Evie the same thing, I have to give it to Shea as well. I thought both of the characters were just low energy and not really there for me. So it's plus. I'm so sorry.
Josh, where are you at?
You know what? Alex just influenced me. So I'm going to give it a small. I was originally going to do a medium, but Alex words spoke to me. I heard you.
Thanks.
So then finally we have Jada Essence Hall giving us first part Prince, second part Lady Chablis, Runway giving us Matrix. I loved Jada's Runway. Her Snatch Game was not great.
It was awful. It was so bad.
Prince, she kind of was able to make work by doing some weird face and vocal stuff.
Like the Prince was so bad it was good.
Yeah.
It
was horrible.
The second character, I don't remember anything about.
Maybe she's here to bank on like a new Madonna challenge or something, because I thought her first Madonna challenge was really good.
But Jada's look was one of my favorites on the runway.
Yeah,
it was a Jada Matrix look, and I was here for it.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
I love that look.
And I like that Jada actually gave us pleather that felt like pleather, because I felt like a lot of them were like, oh, we're going to go outside of the box with this. And I'm like, no, the box, like, to really give a leather, you want it to look like leather.
Yeah.
Which is why I like Monet's a lot too.
Which is why I liked Monet's a lot as well, is it looked like leather. It wasn't trying, because I felt like a lot of the other pleathers ended up looking like latex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this one
they
was just
were
like
latex.
They probably were.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, this was loud and proud. It was very, I love that she gave the Blade reference as well, because I'm like, that's a very important piece of Black cinema. Blade was like one of the original superhero movies.
Yeah, and Spawn.
The Marvel franchise.
Spawn as well was another superhero movie in the 90s.
And she had fun with it.
Yeah, but she didn't reference Spawn. She referenced
But it
Blade.
is kind of like Spawn's a little like leathery and scary. Yes, it is. There's lots of leather in Spawn. He's
But
practically all leather.
thank you for your input, Josh.
Thank you.
Like how much fun
Everyone,
she
if you
had
agree with me,
running
poke
wearing
below
it.
if you know what
Oh
Spawn
my
is.
No.
John Leguizamo's the villain in it. He dressed up as this like
Like
huge
Leguizamo.
No.
John
he dressed up as this
Emphysema.
clown, and it was scary.
My favorite actor is John Leguizamo.
Did I just pronounce his last name wrong?
Leguizamo.
Oh,
It's
Noxema.
the correct pronunciation of his name is Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. He was the villain in it, and it was a good
Leguizamo?
villain. It was the villain. It was. Am I the villain?
Yes.
I don't think I'm the villain.
Jada's Lady Chablis was not giving main character energy though. She was largely edited out. What we did see was not great. Jada gets she's my only small plus this week.
Jada, it
I'm
gets
giving her a
medium
medium
minus.
minus for the look.
Jada gets a children's size for Fry.
Ooh, I feel like the look carried her past that.
I
No,
agree. She had an excellent look, one of the best on the runway.
no.
So she gets
Yeah.
a
Okay, that
medium.
look gave her a Diet Coke as well. She got a Happy Meal. She's a Happy Meal size.
She's a Happy Meal.
She got her
Everyone's
Diet
so
Coke and her
happy.
4-piece McNugget.
Not fully satisfied, but at least happy. Alec?
Medium minus the look. Put her in the medium.
Yeah, the look tossed her up there. Alex?
It was a torrid affair, Sam. It was a torrid affair.
A torrid affair.
It was a medium minus.
Okay. Well, y'all, that wraps up our competitors for the evening. As we know, Jinx and Trinity are our top two. We all sort of gathered as well that we don't think Trinity should have been there, that it was Raja Gemini's night.
True. I will give it that.
But Trinity was good for editing. Jinx wins the lip sync and decides to pick Shea Coulee as her block. Which
Smart choice.
we did not fully watch the preview for next week. I don't know what the challenge is.
It's a ball.
It's a ball.
We have a
Oh, it's a
ball.
ball. So Shea Coulee is a threat for a
Yeah.
ball,
Yeah.
and so it's a good block.
That was a good block because Shay could have won.
I think Raja will win.
Shay's just like a good block pick because Shay's such a universal. Like Shay is potentially good at everything.
That's true, though. Is Shea
Yeah.
does not have any weaknesses, unlike many of the a perfect RuPaul's Drag Race winner. Why we love, Shea Coulee so much, along with a lot of these other girls, is like a good RuPaul's Drag Race winner has to be good at everything. And like a lot of these girls are excellent at some things. Shay's good at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Safe block. I think
Yeah.
she's gonna probably
Solid
get
block.
blocked a decent amount in the season, and that might be
Shay's
her
gonna get
downfall.
blocked a lot.
But I also think she's gonna win a lot too, though. I
Mhm.
definitely think this is Shea Coulee's season to lose.
I
What do you
actually, so I mean, are we all? I think
I don't know.
I agree. I think it's Shay's season to lose.
I don't put that
Or
money
Jinx.
out there, and I honestly I don't know if that's the case because she's an All Stars winner, and so she's gotten her 2 times on, and she was so close to winning the first time, and it was almost like a fluke she didn't win the first time.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna give it to one of the OG winners who hasn't been on in a while, like a
Jinxie.
Jinxie or a Raja. Or
I
But
don't think
remember, we've got a lip sync battle for the top 4,
this is true.
and
Raja
so
could win
This
a
is
lip
true.
sync.
And Evie then could.
this could be Jinx. This could be Jinx's time to win as well.
it could be. I could see, but it's gonna. Jinx
I think it's not.
did
gonna be an
not
All-Stars,
turn
though.
it out, and like Jinx did win the lip sync. I think Jinx won the lip sync because Trinity kind of lost her wig.
Yeah. I don't think that Jinx would have won that lip sync if Trinity didn't have the mishap, to be honest.
But it's not. It doesn't matter who wins the lip syncs. It only matters who gets the most pins. Who gets to the
But
At the end, it matters.
At the end, we're just talking about
Oh,
who
okay.
will be able to win these final lip syncs.
I think Jinx has a chance. I think Monet Exchange has a chance. I think Shea Coulee has a chance.
I mean, half the cast is going to make it into the top 4.
I can tell you I don't think it will be. I don't think Evie Oddly has a chance. I don't think the
Really?
Vivian-
Yeah, that's wrong.
and
I think
don't
that's
think Jada.
incorrect. Okay, so you don't think Evie will make top 4? Who are your
Evie,
others?
Jada, or the Vivian. I don't think any of the 3 of them will be.
That's 3, and you think the other 5 are in contention.
Yes.
I think Evie is I am not ruling anyone out yet. I
Same.
think we got a lot of game left.
We shall
Except, I don't know if
see.
Vivian.
And I don't think they're done throwing twists at us.
I don't
Like
think they're done
steal a
either.
star
I think
from
you're right,
someone.
Alex. But
Mario Party, steal a star from Princess Karen.
that is all the time we have for tonight. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And now we get to the part where we plug ourselves. Folks, please remember to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Sam Meyer Comedy. I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the next few weeks. I have got Pride performances. I am getting some brand sponsorships coming at me. Your boy is going to be an influencer. I have a lot of film projects coming up this summer. It is going to be popping on the social medias. You got to check it out. Josh, where can the people find you?
Well, firstly, y'all, I can announce here that we will be back, me and Alex, to do Big Brother this summer with our crew that we do. So we are so excited to do Big Brother because it's coming up soon. And we are so excited to be with all of you because we know y'all love it. We're going to slay it out probably starting late June, early July. I don't know exactly. But you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mendels8, y'all.
Okay, Alex, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at AlexKnowsItAll. .jpeg on Instagram, _on Twitter.
And folks, you can't find Alec anywhere because he belongs to me. That's been it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next Friday at 9:30 p.m. Unless we change our minds, we'll post it on social media. We love you. Don't let anyone steal your sparkle. Good night.
Bye.